Hi, my name is Ricardo from Rico Tav, Rico meaning thoughts and vlogs. So today my thoughts, or what I want to talk about, is Saudi Arabia. Now, for those that don't know, I've been living in Saudi Arabia it's coming up to 3 years now. And one of the biggest questions that's asked to me is, Ricardo, like, how do you feel and is it safe over here? And I can tell you from personal experience and other people's experiences is that it is extremely safe. Now, I don't know whereabouts in the world that you are, but I'm from London. Now, there's so many things and do's and don'ts when you're maneuvering the streets of London, and sometimes not even in the streets, sometimes just in your household. Do you know what I mean? Like, just in London, you know? Now, what I can say is that me coming from where I come from, it is a complete culture shock in regards to safety. I've never felt so safe in my life. And you have to understand, I'm in a foreign land, different culture, and different language. Now, all of these things are things that people would be scared senseless of, you know? Because think of it, if something happens, where do you go? Who do you go to? And you can't communicate. Like, these are all factors. Well, I can tell you this, is that I've never felt so welcomed in my life, never felt so safe in my life. Example, over here, you know, I'm in Riyadh. I can only speak for Riyadh, okay? Neighbors, they don't even really lock their doors. Like, they don't even think about locking the doors. In the UK, you need all types of security systems and ring doorbells and high-tech sensors and monitors, and you got a drone. Like, what are we doing here? Why do we have to live like this? Like, just to go home. Like, we have 10 keys just to get into your house. You know what I mean? Like, why? Anyway, and like, let's say if you want to walk on the streets at night in Riyadh, okay? Now remember, I'm only in Riyadh, okay? I don't know about the other parts of Riyadh or even Saudi Arabia, but the Riyadh that I know, okay? I've lived in Sulemania, I've lived in Warud, I've lived in Munsia, and I've lived in and now I currently live in Ramal, okay? Now, I can tell you, those places are extra super safe, man. Like, you can walk on the streets at night, people leave you alone, no one bats an eyelid. Actually, what you might get an assalamu alaikum. You might get some assalamu alaikum, do you know what I mean, from complete strangers, you know? And like, it's just a greeting to say hello, I see you and I acknowledge you. That's literally it. Like, there's no fear of, you don't feel like you're going to be pickpocketed. Like, example, you can go to a restaurant and you could leave your phone, wallet on the table, go to the bathroom, your stuff will be there, you know? Like you really, in Riyadh and the places that I've been in, you don't have to worry about watching your back. You don't have to worry about, is this person gonna rob me? You don't, like, it's so welcoming, you know what I mean? And where there is a language barrier, you know, there's Google Translate, you know what I mean? So you can always get your point across, you know? And like, let's say if you need to buy some stuff, the guys break out the calculator, do you know what I mean? They'll show you numbers. Like, it's so easy, it's so safe, it's so manageable. Do you know what I mean? Like, example, I have a 19-year-old daughter. She was maneuvering Riyadh by herself, you know, jumping in Ubers, going on the metro system, which is the equivalent of the London Underground, literally by herself. Like, the shops tend to open till later. So where she needed to go to the hair shop, she went to the hair shop at 10:30 at night. I didn't even bat an eyelid. But if it would have been in the UK, I'm coming with you. Do you know what I mean? And listen, and I'm not trying to vilify the UK. I'm just saying that in the UK, it'll be sensible for you to really watch your back. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying, like, in Saudi or in Riyadh, you don't have to watch your back or just, like do your due diligence in regards to maintaining your safety. But I'm just saying, like, there's no alarm bells. I don't sense any threat, alarm bells, danger, nothing. Do you know what I mean? Now, I'm not gonna say everybody's nice over here. Do you know what I mean? But where is a place where everybody is nice? You know, and there's never a place where everybody is nice. You know, there's never a culture where everybody is nice. Do you know what I mean? But I will say that I've been lucky enough to meet some amazing people that I can say they're my brothers and sisters for life. You know, I've come over here and made family, you know, and the people that tend to not like me or our energy, let's just say our souls don't take to each other. Let's say that, right? It's few and far between, you know what I mean? You know, I've been well looked after, well embraced, and you know, I'm British. I'm not of their religion, I'm not of their culture, and I haven't felt outcasted at all. Do you know what I mean? But going back to the point of, does it feel safe? Okay, it's safe to walk alone, safe to travel. You don't have to worry about being stolen from, being pickpocketed. You don't have to worry about leaving your items anywhere. You know, if you lose your items, somehow they'll find their way back to you. Do you know what I mean? Like people over here, when it's hot, they leave their car on, you know, because to keep the aircon going, you know what I mean? Sometimes keys in the car and they're gone deep in the shop, you know what I mean? So there's so many things that you have to consider, okay? Coming from the UK, when you're in Saudi Arabia, it's not the same problem, it's not the same drama, it's not the same thought process, it's not the same approach, you know what I mean? It's extremely different. Now I can imagine anyone, like, they're probably thinking, okay, well, it's still scary, it's still daunting, and you know, to try new things, sometimes it's uncomfortable, but sometimes we need to get ourselves out of our comfort zone. And I did it nearly 3 years ago, and I'm still here, you know what I mean? Nothing's happened to me. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it's been a real eye-opening experience. Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've grown a lot and learned a lot. And you can grow better and be a better person when, you know, this place that you're at, you feel safe. You know what I mean? And for sure, like anyone that's coming over here, especially to the city, I don't know about the outskirts. Anyone coming over here to the city, do you know what I mean? Even for a holiday or whatever, a short break, whatever you want to do, a stop off, a layover, whatever, you know, I recommend it and you'll be fine. You know what I mean? Now I will do some videos talking about, you know, other stuff, but one of the biggest questions that I've heard is it safe? And I can say yes, it gets my approval, it gets my thumbs up, and I can highly stress and say that yeah, it is safe. Any questions you have below, let me know, and yeah, I'll be back with another one. Take care, guys. It's Rico Tav, thoughts and vlogs, and this is my thought on the safety of Saudi Arabia. Peace.